So kwanga kati.
Agambi. Mouldin, nga oyimiridde soko otuleetere essimu yaffe ey'enene. So now tukole ez'omumakati. Olunye ku Maurice. Tugende makati. Perfect. Tusibe ez'omumakati oba eza wansi? Ekinatwamu ez'omumakati. Kubanga olaba kino ekizibu buli lwe tunasigala nga tutambula nakyo. Emiguwa zaffe zonna zikyukidde ddala. Recently wali omukyala yajja n'asibwa Kinky wano n'agenda okomawo nti twamukutudde kuba namutireko gwenga soko gyeta nogunda layo owetina okutegeeza dolaba mumpiki njagala osembeze mpolampola bwini ng'ekiteraga ndowooza ogenda kusembera omwana bwini ekitera kulaga eri mbadde nagibisse abasembe kati ntereza nga bweri bwetyo ntereze ngaofokasinga walifanya
ndi kukulumviri kwenye
So we're just going on this one in the middle, right? What is it's why it's or what's that?
Yeah, I'm not seeing. Bagamba tebalaba bakiki batala.
Ndoza katogenda agikwata.
Banzo minga.
Yes,
yeah, awali fa. How kiri kiti? Obanzo menze.
Neda evuddeko ne wange evuddeko.
Kati tozaawo
mukomyewo
Good job, buttons.
Madam. You're fine now.
Here.
Smell of the natural. So now, try the natural. naye mwarealizinze nti mulimu enviiri ezisana kugenda mu gel. Mwali mukirealizinzeeko? Yeah, there's some hair that when you apply gel it bounces. Oba ogiraba nga tezigenda mu simanyi oba mulino tera okuziraba ng'olaba nga oba tutaddemu ng'olaba kitambula naye bwoba otataddemu ng'olaba kitunula bubi. So now here enviiri nyingi. Bampe ekirala ekimu. About the what are those people asking? When did you go get up? So now we're doing this. Tena tumaingi ni tunaomba tabii. Nenda tumaingi. But in adding this hair, there is something also that we always feel here. Where, like whenever we add it, there is something that we feel here. Most of the times, if the body is this big, if like let's say you have tried to add it in the middle, and you hold here, you feel like there is something that is hard. When you try to plait it, that's when you find like the hair is like kirabika bubi, kimanyi n'okwekyusa bwekiti nga it's looking bad. So it's supposed to be somehow like when you as you're going to plait, you feel it a little bit softer when it is like this. So as we are adding this one, we all know how to do this.
There are those who don't know what
There are those ones who don't know. So I think for you, you're going to come and stand here and you see how to do it.
standard.
So that always these red lines that we are doing. Okay? Now always these red lines. Like before doing them all, like we always have to make sure that they are equal. Okay? We make sure that they're all equal. Because this is small and this is big, this is big, you find like it's not going to match. So they're all supposed to be equal. And now this one has to be down and this here on top, like this. That's how you have to hold it. I don't know if now you're right-handed, I think it's supposed to be like this. If you're right-handed, isn't it? Mine, this one is down. Okay, it means yours is supposed to be down and this is up, like this, if you're right-handed. But this one have to be down. Okay? So it's the same thing here, mine. I'm left-handed, this is down and this is up. So I'm doing it like this. But most of the times when we are learning this, we just have to look at the hands because it's the most important thing. Here, nothing that you learn. But when you look here, you learn like the hands, how I'm holding these things. It's important how I'm holding it. So after we bring our hair like this, make sure that where you're braiding from, I think, now this is my right, it is my left. Now if it's your right, you're going to hold it this way. So make sure that where you're holding, this hair that is passing through is what you're supposed to hold. Okay? You're not supposed to hold here. You have to hold this one. So now if you're right-handed, it means this is always down like, and this is up. You're going to do this and this up, okay? Are you seeing how I'm holding it? Chino, very important on how you hold it. But I make sure that I hold this straight, nga kali straight bulungi nga kereze bulungi. Now I'm teaching those ones with the right hand, and I add this. Adding this one has to be on down, like here in the middle. This one of course goes with the upper one, and this one with the down one. Of course this one has it already. So as we are plaiting, we are going to bring this one down, and this one already, it is with this one, and goes up, and we start do the braiding. Okay. What do I lift up? Yes, you have to first cross them before adding. Now I'm going to my side because I'm on the left hand. So now here for me, what I do this, I hold it on, then using my right, and still I'm using this thing, the one that is passing through Kenkwata. Right. Then I come and put it here. This one of course goes up, and this one goes down. Then I start plaiting like this. Then here I bring this. Then I start braiding. Whenever you're braiding this way, please, when it comes to kinky, don't put a lot of energy, because kinky is friendly with the hair. Your evera always, it can make it too tight if you also use the energy. So you just have to be as soft as possible, not to use that energy. And then here I can change my hands, and I start braiding it this way. So continuing with this way, you can see how it looks. The other thing I was trying to tell you guys, that now if the braid was somehow small, like the hair was thick, and you had used a small kinky, when you reach here, you will realize that the kink is becoming small. Now you yourself, it's you who can add. Okay, it's you who can add, so that this person at least working otandikira asanga already the kinky is there. Okay, asanga the kinky is there like this, and then for them they just continue with that braiding. Okay, so that your braid comes looking the same, just like this. Mama Kathy, so we just have to continue braiding this way. You go like that. Others, when they reach here, they can always turn it and they start braiding. But most of the times, this one anyway, somehow speedy. But now, you might not use the same energy. When you're here, you can be seeing that because you're following your pattern. But when you're here, it is hard, because now you just have to imagine on this one that you're doing what you're taking. And most of you might even overhold hold it, like to make it too tight. You understand? You might use energy and it becomes small. So you just have to continue with this plaiting until it is done. You can see how the braid is coming, like looking very neat up to down. But from the beginning, that's how it is. Kati, bano abadde basibanga tutera okuzireka wano. Ebyaddala tuba tulina at least, let's try to finish it. So that someone just add. Okay? So when you look at this one, and it is equal because all about the kinky is supposed to be in the same size. Once it is
online classes.
no online twalire mama kat. Okay, so now if we continue with all that, you can see how it looks. Hey, those of us who want to join the online classes, please just type www.maurice.crochetmaster.com. You just go straight to the online courses. They're all there on how to do this, how to do the extended dreadlocks. The modules are there. So now, when we watch the video, is there something? There's something I want to think here. I won't get a content most of the times more about later rooms. Ola tukuno wakutangula kuja kugendera so kiri kati walo kinkerwa most of the times abongerako ogenda okwesanga nti since tusigaddeko nga this small, someone is going to add a big one, and in order to make it look like this, is going to overpress it. And now when you overpress it, it means it's going to become hard. Okay? So now, if it is me here, this is big to add on. At least you just have to reduce it to become like this. In that when you add on, because now this is the one that is becoming small. If you add it on this, it's going to still to be the same as you continue. And now when you reach here, you feel like there's some also trying to reduce themselves, you still add the small one. And when I'm adding, I keep the energy moving like it is still small. Like I'm not adding like too much energy. I'm still using my little energy. So I continue. So while on the watukanga you have reached here and you feel like the kink is becoming now smaller. That the energy that you have been using here, then it means you just have to, I think, in order my brain to stay bigger, so I just have to do this. I think I'm like even like I'm not plating, okay, but I'm trying to fight to see that my braid is still looking the same. So as we are reaching on the last point, then this is where we do what? We roll it and we start hooking it so that it can look the same. But when you try to look at this braid, it's going to be too soft and light. But when we add this big, let's say now like the way we said that it's supposed to be the same portions when we make this. When the hair is showing, how it's supposed to be. If the hair is showing now, let's try to use this small body and we see. Now it's like this. This is a bit smaller. The size is a bit smaller. But we have, now we're going to braid it. We're going to braid it with this hair, but this hair is thick. It's too thick for this braid. So we add this way. Immediately, like this. Immediately when you add, let's say, I've put this one here. The way I've stretched there. Immediately you add here. I add it here in the middle. Immediately you add it here. These hands have to grab the one on top. Then you continue. This one goes this side, and this already a nakano. And then we continue with the braiding. Okay? Try to be as gentle as possible. Don't put a lot of energy. So when we're done with that, we just have to continue braiding this way. So what she was trying to explain that is that sometimes when you reach here, the hair is still peeping, and someone comes, start braiding, and start arguing that you had put small hair. But this Maureen, now it comes here. Chiraba, Njobanga, you have come like this. What we always do when we reach here, we leave and we braid. So this person is just going to come and start braiding. And start braiding for her, she's going to make sure that she wants the hair to be inside. So she's going to use the whole energy to make sure the hair is what? Is inside. Now are you seeing what you're causing? The braid is becoming small. So what we do to those ones who understand, here before you're moving, you just have to add. But when you're adding, still you don't have to add like this big. You just have still to add the small according to these. Okay? Because we're imagining that you add like here, and then you start braiding. Okay? When you reach here and you feel like it's becoming small, you can also add here, but here you have to make sure that what you're adding is really small. Don't put a big one and this braid become heavy, because now we're imagining this one is behind, this is in the middle. This hair is healthy to hold this braid, but if you imagine that we're in front and you make this heavy, it means it might break the hair. So it's the same thing when we add on this, we just have to continue as we are braiding. Okay? But as I'm braiding, you can see my hands are, I'm not using a lot of energy. I'm just adding slowly. You understand? So if I reach here, like I see my braiding is moving well, I just have to continue. But I can feel there's some hair that is a little bit smaller, which is this one. You can still get the smallest hair. And I add on. So here I'm good to go. So I continue with my braiding. So here some people, when you see like you're now going this way, I know most of you it's hard to braid like this, so you would need to change, which is also okay. You change, but as you're changing, keep the energy. Keep the energy. Don't add on the energy and use your Western energy. So just have to continue like this. So as you're turning, you're seeing that our braid is becoming, is somehow racing because of turning. But you should always realize that. Now here down, when you reach here down, you can see I haven't added, but it's becoming small. So here, the energy changes. Uchusameko katini, like monteka konovera nga tochayongerako bingi ate tochanyiga. You don't overpress, you just have to move like this. Okay? You just have to move like this until you finish your braiding. So you find that this braid is fine but soft. Maybe we will never easy after understanding how we are supposed to. So for us to keep on adding this, we just have to first finish the hair inside. So Maureen, when you finish the hair inside, I also block of my too. Because the hair was there already as Sanzeng Antono. And how would you continue? So how and now you who's going to add on from that hair. Sometimes you might add on nekalaga. So what you do, you try to open some inches like 1, 2, then you add from the hair so that you come gashima. So we know sanga umwabo korachi right those are chinokona kodeshi to stay with it. So most of the times when it comes to the kinky, please let's try to be as how can I say it? We just have to, we need to be very careful whenever we're doing this, because anything that you do from the first place is costing at the end. One, when you add in kinky, it's already coming heavy, and now becoming heavy, this front hair is also going to be heavy. Someone to hold the puff, it is very hard for them, and to lead to the breaking of the hairline in front. So this is what we need to maintain mostly, like when we are doing all these lines. And another thing, Maureen, you remember that we have to maintain the width. Zino. Please don't reduce it that here to here and here to here you do here. So that line that you have done here is going to cost you a lot when it comes here in front. Or maybe you can do behind but here in front. You just have to focus because it's where everyone is watching. So someone can help me and we can bring it so that we continue. We can bring it. So hey guys, yes, to those ones who want to have the online courses, please just go to my www.mauricedacrochetmaster.com and get those courses so that you can start right now. Those ones who don't know how to do the extended dreadlocks are all there so that you can also learn how to do that. For now, I'm going to be signing out, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.